People should equally benefit from you and not always you benefiting from others.
In those 2 years that you were talking about, it doesn't work. You are not going to walk out of those 2 years the same.
Yeah,
You have gained a
exactly.
lot
You've
of things.
learned.
You have dedicated your social media to pressuring people with things that you do not really even own. That's how
Everybody,
good a
you
whole
know
lot
what
of
to tell.
people
So
want.
this person has gone to Canada. This one is in the UK.
Yeah. What are you doing
With the
to
one
make
that
the
you
situation?
already
Yeah,
have.
there's something that you could do to make the situation better.
No, it doesn't even cost a franc, even
It
one
doesn't cost a
franc.
thing. So.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I have a special guest. She's going to introduce herself. I'm sure you already, in fact, you should already know her face if you have been watching my channel because it's not the first time that she's coming up here. So,
Shooting that often on the channel.
not really.
Okay, hello guys, and welcome to Karen's YouTube channel. My name is Dinto Olive. I am a field engineer. I happen to be a YouTuber as well. Well, just recently started, and I am a bridal makeup artist and hairstylist. Yes, I know that's a lot, but it's true.
Wow, only, in fact, let me not talk. Alright, in this video, we're going to be talking about 8 easy things that we Cameroonians should do in order to develop our country, because I believe that we cannot always keep thinking about what the government or what another person is going to do for us, but what can we personally do to be able to develop our own country, right? Yeah. So we're just going to talk about a few of those things, and I believe that if each and every one of us who watches this video takes these things into consideration and we try to apply them each day, I mean, our country is definitely going to become a better place for all of us.
When it comes to think of it, there are actually quite a number of things that we could do. Uh, a lot of areas to exploit actually. Many things that we could do that we are not doing, but everybody just sits down. Well, let me not just say everybody. The majority of people just sit down and be like, "This country is so bad," and a whole lot of people just want to go out. And I think that that's not
Everybody,
good. A
you
whole
know
lot
what
of
to
people
tell. So
want.
this person has gone to Canada. This one is in the UK.
Yeah,
This one is in the
that's
US. Oh,
what
mama, Japa.
that's what it is these days. And there are quite a number of things that we could do. We're not saying that we could automatically change the country to paradise, no, but there are a
Exactly.
whole lot of things that we can do to make it better. And that is what we will be talking about.
Right. So this first point is nothing like it's the easiest thing that we can do, but a lot of us overlook it.
Okay.
Stop throwing dirt by the roadside. Like as dumb as it sounds, a lot of us are actually doing this kind of thing. So you know when like you just have a paper that you have eaten something and then now you're
Yeah.
just walking and then you're just like let me just throw it,
Just
and
throw
then
it
you just throw
somewhere.
it now and then you feel like nothing is going to happen,
And
but
then
you don't know that just from that your one paper that you have thrown, tomorrow in a month's time it can become a heap of dirt because the
exactly.
next
The next
person that
person
comes is
sees
going to sit and be
that
like,
place
okay,
already
it means
looks
that
dirty. I could just
true.
fling
And then
mine
that's
there as
how
well.
from everybody, that's how the
It
dirt
just
is going
keeps
to apply, and
getting
then
there.
every time we'll be coming out, this country is dirty, there's dirt everywhere. Meanwhile, you don't know that you might have been the person that initiated one heap of dirt in
Yeah,
one quarter somewhere.
actually, that's very true. I think that there's something I used to do that people would find funny. Like I would go to a place and then after I'm done, maybe eating and I have like a plastic paper in my bag,
Mm-hmm.
I just squeeze it and then put it in my bag. And
Yeah.
they'll be like, "You move around
Why?
putting
That
dirt in
just
your bag." I'll be
exactly.
like, "No, it's okay. When I get to my house, I'm
I
going to
would
get
throw
rid
it.
of it." But
Exactly.
I mean, it shouldn't feel natural to just litter, like you just pick something and throw. Like that should feel really, really unnatural. I mean, if that is something that a person is already used to doing, I think that they need to take some time out and then just admit that it's not okay. It's
Yeah.
not normal. That's not something that we should be doing. And I think that that change can start from you.
Yeah. Like Oliver said, if you are supposed to take something away from this first point, if you're somewhere and you have dirt, please look for a way. Even if you take a paper and wrap it inside and put it in your bag, and when you get to where there's the bin, you throw it. Don't just throw it where you are because you feel like there's no that way, there's no place, there's no bin for you to throw it. So you just feel like you just dispose of it like that.
I think that even if someone gives the excuse that it's because there are no beans where they were, even when you're going to get to a country perhaps where there are beans everywhere, or to a city where there are beans everywhere, you're still not going to be used to.
Exactly,
It's
because
not
you don't
something
have
that
that.
comes naturally to you. You just know that it's normal to just fling dirt all over the place,
Yeah.
and so we can change that. And
They
it doesn't
should.
cost a thing. That's the good news.
That's not. It doesn't even cost a franc,
It
even one
doesn't cost a
franc.
thing, so everybody
So
can do it. I think another thing that we can do, especially the young people, is a much more responsible use of social media.
very important.
Because it's, in as much as social media has so many advantages, it has a number of disadvantages
Advantages.
as well. And I think the way that the young people around our nation use social media is not yet the best.
Mm-hmm.
So there are things that we could do to make it better. There are already people out there using social media to advertise their businesses. Yes, there are people out there using social media to preach messages that are important: civic responsibility, moral values, things like
Mm-hmm.
that. People are preaching it, but there are still a whole lot of young people who just go out there and, I don't know, promote immorality or waste time or create unnecessary peer pressure that pushes people to go out to do more immorality. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel that we could be more responsible about that. Be more responsible about that helps us to preach better news. You get, helps us
Mm-hmm.
to preach values that are worth preaching out there, and that just has a way of uh how do I say, the comeback effect is good. It
Mm-hmm.
has a way of instilling values to people that are worth instilling. So maybe if we could just stop dancing with indecent clothes on TikTok every day and being pressured over things that we are not supposed to be pressured about, like you've dedicated your social media to pressuring people with things that you do not really even own. So if
Mm-hmm.
we could just stop all that, it's unnecessary,
All right.
honestly, and it's distracting. I think that is distracting a lot of youth because a lot of youth spend time on social media.
Mm-hmm.
But so if we could just be more intentional about our use of social media and what we
Exactly.
do with it, I think that the overall effect will be good for the entire nation.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
that's actually the main point about it, being intentional about the way we use the media. Because I, for one, if you
Mhm.
take my phone and you check my screen time,
Mhm.
you will see that it's a lot. But the difference is that most at times it's not because I'm mindless. I mean, I can equally fall in that trap,
Mhm.
but it's not because I'm mindlessly scrolling on the media. But I actually, like, YouTube is my best friend. Before I ever started creating videos on YouTube, I was always watching YouTube videos. And if
Mhm.
you check my search bar, I'll always be checking things that can help me to be better, promote my business, better, build a better spiritual life. Like, I always check things that can help me to be better. So if I'm
Exactly.
watching things on the media, it's like something that's going to help me be better. It's something that's going to help me to improve the various aspects of my life. So it's not like I'm saying that I'm not watching random TikTok videos. I actually do watch it. I'll not come and say as if I'm the Miss
No,
Perfect.
no.
But then I actually just always try to create a balance. I can realize that, hey, Karen, why are you scrolling so much on TikTok? Instead, go and watch an educational video. If you feel like you have time on your hands, watch something that's instead going to help you to progress in another aspect of your life instead of just mindlessly using the media with nothing in return.
As much as it sounds like a personal endeavor, because when we talk about it, it sounds like personal development kind of thing, as if it's just about you. But I think that if each and every one of us makes an engagement to become a better human being, better manage their time, have values that are much better, at the end, the effect is that the whole community becomes like that, and after all,
Exactly.
the whole nation becomes like that. So don't say that it's just you as an individual. Your
Mm-hmm.
contribution, each step that you take matters to what the nation becomes tomorrow. Yeah.
Exactly. Respect street lights. I mean, my own points are just one kind of way. But respect street lights as a driver. I don't know, like there are just little things that we do that
Mhm.
can cause a lot. But just because we are just like, it does not matter. I mean, the whole point of what we're talking about is helping our country to be a better place.
Mhm.
Let's say, for instance, if you're out there, if you just try and violate the street light, you're going to pay a very huge fine. You feel like it's something, it's not, I mean, it's just a street light, but you
Mhm.
pay a very huge fine. That's just to show you that it's very important to be to equally, like, what we're trying to do is to equally try to mirror what the developing or the developed
Develop.
countries are already doing, so that we
Yeah.
can equally be moving towards them, like we can equally become them or
Wow.
become the way they are one day.
Mhm.
So if we actually take, because you will not respect the street light because you know they're going to fine you, but you just respect because you know that it's important to keep order. Because you are crossing, you're supposed to normally stop, but you're going, and then another person that is supposed to pass, you don't even know what can happen.
Mhm.
Maybe you
You're
guys are
risking so
actually
many
cause,
people's lives.
exactly, just the fact that you have actually violated the street light can cause maybe even a major accident that you would have just felt like violating these tree lights is actually very trivial. So the whole point of every action that we're taking is think about the fact that, is this thing I'm going to do, is it going to help my country be more developed, or is it going to make the country stagnant or even regress? So everything that we're doing, just like as a driver, as a bike rider, as a driver, just just put in mind that, okay, when I'm driving, when I see the street light, I should actually stop and respect it. It's just about bringing order on the road.
That point really makes a lot of sense because a person might be doing that right, and they're in their mind they're thinking like, this is not really, I'm not actively doing anything wrong. I mean, I just passed, there was
Mm-hmm.
nobody on the other side
Exactly.
blocking me,
So
so I
I
could
just
just pass.
pass. Mm-hmm.
But when you do that, at the end of the day, it those little contributions cause traffic, and now when there's traffic all over the place, the first complaint is that the government isn't building roads that are wide enough. Meanwhile, it's true that we could do better concerning the road
Mm-hmm.
infrastructure, but
But
what are you doing
with the
to
one
make
that
this?
you already
Yeah,
have.
there's something that you could do to make the situation better, but you actively choose not to do it. So when you say that you are not actively hurting a person, always know that somehow you are actively contributing to deteriorating the situation of the country. So always keep
Exactly.
that in mind. I think another thing that we could do is leverage collaboration, because when I look at our local context, it feels like we are not getting much as we could get from collaboration. The situation now, especially when it comes to business,
Mm-hmm.
yes, when you look at, and I always like using Nigeria as an example. I mean, those people, they can collaborate. They
Yeah.
know how to
Mm.
collaborate. Even they must not be besties. They are not best of friends. But when it comes to business, this person knows that this person can contribute something that I need, and I can
Mm-hmm.
contribute something that this person needs, and we can put away every other difference and just focus on what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Yes, they usually do that, and I think that Cameroonians, um, we all say that if a country is to develop, a country needs to make money. So yes, if we could focus on the business and leverage collaboration, it would be very, very important. So the other day I was telling a friend that um, even when we decide to collaborate as Cameroonians, what happens is that we go in more for should I what do I say? We go in more for compatibility and not for complementation. Like you should try to complement each other in your collaborations, not just go
Okay.
for compatibility. Because people look at it like I should be collaborating with somebody who is at my level. They don't
Okay.
necessarily look at it like I should be collaborating with somebody who has what I need, or it's not always too much like that. They feel like just collaborating with somebody who is at my level or maybe who is even a bit higher than me helps me to grow or helps me to get better. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not always the case. It's not always necessarily true. Sometimes it's just about complementing each other. So you
Mm-hmm.
could just look at it like, even if we are not yet at the same level, this person has this little thing that I need. It might not be much. I might be bringing in more, but this person does have this little thing that
Mm-hmm.
I need to create a bigger effect. So let's just do it together and it works. So I think that Cameroonians can embrace collaboration more, and that way we're going to be better together.
Yeah. Even on the point of collaboration, I
Mhm,
feel like most times we feel like, let's say as a YouTuber,
mhm,
you can be like, oh, I want to collaborate but with these big YouTubers so that things are really big, I
mhm,
can be able to now benefit from them. But I feel like collaboration should not always be looked at as, okay, because this person is bigger than me.
mhm.
Now, if I collaborate with a person, I'm going to get a little bit of what they have, which is
Yeah.
true. But I don't think that that should always be the basis of going out to collaborate.
Mhm.
I can be the one that brings about a collaboration idea,
Yeah.
but I go to somebody that is actually even smaller than me.
Exactly.
The main point is
Exactly.
like what Olive was saying, that
Mhm,
so far as you can get something from that person and you can equally help the person with something,
mhm,
then you guys can come together, regardless of whether the person has 100,000 followers or the person has 1,000 followers. At the end of the day, we're equally trying to help ourselves. So if you cannot have access to somebody that is bigger than you can equally be the one that is bringing up somebody that is smaller than you.
mhm.
The person, people should equally benefit from you and not always you benefiting from
Benefiting from
others. So it
others.
should be like, it should be a two-way kind of thing. It should not always be you want to get, but you should equally be able to, in fact, you should equally be willing to give, because at the end of the day, the more you give, the more you receive. It's just a normal way of life. The more you give, the more you receive. That's it. Another thing that we should actually be very mindful of is that we should not keep on relying on the government to provide us with employment or to provide us with opportunities. Like you have gone to school,
Mhm.
you are smart enough, you have learned something from school. So is you might as well try to see what, I mean, I know that it's not easy to start up something for yourself, but I don't think that anybody told us that this life was ever going to be easy. There are always things that we're going to encounter, difficulties, challenges. But I feel like we should not go and stay at home and say that, oh, I've been home for 2 years, I'm not finding a job, the government is not employing me. Like 2 years is enough time for you to have tried something and failed, and tried and failed, and tried and failed, and then tried and finally succeeded. I mean, the whole point is that let's not just sit back and start. The government is not doing this for us, the government is not doing that for us. But we as youth, we in fact we're smart, so we can be able to bring about ideas that will in turn even help us develop our own country. Not only because the government, how, like, let's be realistic, how many people are, they've even stopped this thing of direct integration and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? Because to be honest, how many people are going to graduate from a government school,
Mhm.
and how many people are going to actually get jobs? How many job opportunities that, in fact, how many job opportunities can the government provide
Mhm.
with regards to the number of people that actually graduate from it? So if we actually can see clearly that the government cannot employ everybody, we actually have to take upon ourselves and say that, let me equally bring about this innovative idea, maybe call a group of friends that can be able to start. Maybe you study civil engineering in school, you call your friends and say, okay, let's try to start up this or start up that.
Mhm.
Or even if it's not regards to what you learned in school, if you have a skill, actually be able to monetize that skill. So the whole point is, let's not wait for the government. The people that had like these billion-dollar ideas, they got, it was not because of the government, it's because they actually took upon themselves to exploit the idea that they had and to make it something that is going to be profitable.
Good. I think that it's good to know that even when you look at it, when you study it, the richest people that you know, we did not become rich by having government jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were not employed by the government. These were people who sat and thought, came up with ideas and ideas that could generate their money in a very
Mm-hmm.
long run. And when you think about it, Cameroon is not the only country that is suffering from unemployment issues.
Exactly.
So I don't think that is something that you should carry on your head. Just tell yourself that this is a situation that a whole population of the, how do I say, a great population of the world is living.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to just sit here and carry it on myself as if it's my family issue. No, it's not your family issue. You should sit and think of a way to make means for yourself. As I was saying, you perhaps went to an engineering school and you finished, you will not just sit and say it's because I didn't find a job, I didn't get a contract. Nobody, I didn't have anybody to put me in this position. That's why I've just folded my arms and I'm sitting. No, you don't do that. You try to make ends meet. Like you just keep trying and trying. I think it's about the spirit actually. Build your mind to be someone who knows that if I intend to go for something, I'm going to go for it.
Mm,
Even in those 2 years that you were talking about, it doesn't work. You are not going to walk out of those 2 years the same.
yeah,
You have gained a
exactly.
lot of things. You have
You
learned
have
a whole
learned
lot
a
of
lot of
things.
things.
And I think that even the mindset, if you were intentional about it, even the mindset that you walk out of those 2 years with, you are not going to relent anymore. You want to
Mm-hmm.
keep trying till
Exactly.
it works. So I think that's important that we try to change the mindset and then go out there and develop grit, develop resistance. It's not easy. Resilience, it's not easy, but we've got to make ends meet. Let's talk about skill development. Okay, we already mentioned entrepreneurship, we already mentioned trying to create employment and so on. But skill development, when I talk about skill development, I'm even thinking more about soft skills and very less about hard skills like
Mm-hmm.
handwork and all the like. Yes, because I feel that if it's about handwork, we have come to a level where a whole lot of people already aware that it is important. A
Yeah.
whole lot of people are already doing that in our local setting. But let's talk about soft skills. It's also important that for that entrepreneurial endeavor that you're taking on, for that what else? I don't know, any other thing that you're taking on to be successful, you should take it upon yourself to develop some soft skills that are relevant to your business, that are relevant to your job. Because if you do not invest in doing that, that's an avenue that you could exploit. If you don't invest in doing that, you will not be as productive as you could have been if you actually put some time and effort into learning all of those things. Now, which soft skills am I talking about? Communication, leadership, teamwork. those are things that are relevant to your field, that if you could invest in learning and becoming better in these things, everything that you do automatically becomes better.
Yeah.
And that way, if each of us could become better like that, I think that the jobs that we are creating, the businesses that we are running will all grow very fast, because we are a country that is made up of individuals who have soft skills that are highly sought in the job
Mm.
market, in the business world. So yes, those are things that you can actually do by yourself.
Yeah, and talking about skills even on a general level, I believe that because sometimes we go out there and we're like, okay, I want to start a business. I know how to, let's say I know how to braid hair. So while waiting, let me just be braiding hair, and in fact I'm making some small money on the side. Then we forget that running a business does not actually only is not only around the skill, the actual main thing of your business. Like your business is hairdressing. So the main skill that you need to have is know how to actually braid hair or whatever styles that you want to make. But you forget now that the whole running of a business is not just that hairdressing skill. You need to know how to market. You need to know how to, like, in fact, customer, how to keep build good customer relations. Yes, customer care. You need to know how to, like, interact with your workers. If you're running a business and you already have workers, you need to know how to interact. So all of those things matter for you to be able to be successful in that business. So because you do the best hair does not necessarily mean that your hair business is going to thrive. Because if you don't have these other skills, it can actually play a very big role on your. Imagine that I come to your salon to braid my hair, and then the person that is working at salon talks to me badly. I'll say that this is the
The
last
last time
time
I'm
that I'll
entering
ever
this
come here
place,
to do my
and
hair.
that might not be at the end of it. They might actually go out and
And tell other
sabotage
people
you.
exactly or
Yeah.
make a video that, hey, I went to this person's salon and the way she
Yeah.
treated me, you guys should never. You don't know how just a very, very small thing that you can
Yeah.
do can
Ruin it
sabotage your
all for
entire
you.
business. And it's just because you do not take time to learn some of these small skills that will help you to thrive more in the business world. So at the end of the day, all of these things that we're talking about is if each of us is able to do better for ourselves, collectively we're going to be doing better for our country as a whole.
Community development is also some engagement, sorry, is also something that we can leverage on. When I talk about engagement, what I have in mind is activities that are not necessarily a money making venture, but that we could just put in our heads like, okay, these are things that we can normalize doing because they are for the greater good. They help the communities in which we live. But the idea that we should keep focusing on money and focusing on money so much makes us distracts us from these other things that we could do that make our communities better as a whole. For example, if today you hear that maybe a group of youths decided to go and clean down beach, maybe in Limbe, and there are some youths that would just be like, how much are they paying? Yes, if if it's not paid, I'm not
There's no,
interested.
yeah.
I'm not interested. Or perhaps you see a group of people who maybe have a mission of empowering young women or teaching the younger generation, things like that, but you are never engaged in things like that. You are not interested at all. It's not helping us as a community. It's not helping us as a whole, because those activities, they do not bring money directly, but the way that they make the community better can actually make the living conditions better for everybody in the long run. So I think that beyond money, there are things that we should dedicate our time. Volunteerism, it's important that we should dedicate our time to doing. You must not do it all the time, but at least there should be a fraction of your time that you do something for the community, for your community that you live in.
Yeah.
And it's not about money all the time. Let it not always be about money. Just engage in developing your
Yeah,
community.
which is very important because at the end of the day, we're trying to make the country a better place, and it does not require us to only think about ourselves. We can only think about how we can be able to help other people around, also how we can be able to even just help our environment, not necessarily somebody, but just make the environment to be clean, or just do something that's actually going to be able to help us as a whole. Sharing resources. Like there's something that I appreciate with people is that when you find an opportunity, like I can find someone like, hey Olive, I found this thing. I know that you're interested in this kind of thing. So hey, maybe you
Check
should
it
sign
out.
up for it. Very, very important. Very, very important. I just like when I see something, I'm like, hey, I know this person that is in this field. Let me send this thing to her because I know that if she does it or if she signs up for it, is going to actually help her. So basically, let us not keep things that we know that are going to help the people around us, and we just see it and then we keep it to ourselves, because it's not going to be very, imagine now you're enjoying and then now your friends around you are not enjoying, that enjoyment is not really going to be sweet. But then you know that, okay, if I'm thriving here, I know that my friend is thriving that way, this person is thriving this way, and together now we can be able to come together and everybody is going to be happy. But if you find opportunities like this one and then you don't share it with the people around you, at the end of the day, somebody might have missed out on something very major just because you did not share that information with the person. So I believe that it's actually very, very important for us to be able to actually seize opportunities and then share it with the people around us, so that it should not be like we are just self-centered thinking only about ourselves, but we are actually able to equally share with other people so that all of us can be able to do better for ourselves.
I think the reason why people relent when it comes to sharing these resources or sharing the opportunities is a sort of insecurity you get, sort of fear like this person is going to become better than me. It's
Mm,
like you're losing sight of the bigger picture. Your competition is not this person.
yeah,
This person is not your goal. You're losing focus. Like all of you are simply trying to get to be in a better position in life. It's not about getting to be better than this person. I
exactly.
mean, if you help this person remain smaller so that you become comfortable knowing that you're better than them, it really doesn't make sense, because it's
True.
an illusion of greatness. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really exist. You just intentionally, you're trying to make sure that they remain down there so that you feel bigger than them,
Mm-hmm.
and the truth is that you're not actually big. You're just feeling bigger than them.
Exactly.
So it's really no need to do all of that. When you have resources, share them. I mean, what will it profit you to become a very big person tomorrow, and the people around you, your friend, your childhood friends, the people whom you grew up with, they are nowhere to be found? Like, you turn around and there's nobody that you can call to your kind of party. You turn
Exactly.
around, like you drive your car and there's none of your friends who can drive a similar car and come
Mm-hmm.
and park by you. Like, it's lonely. Now you're going to try to fake it. Maybe go and look
Lonely
for
at the
people.
top. Lonely, lonely, lonely.
You're now going to try to look for people to fit in who are not even your friends. And mind you, those people might actually have their friends, their network that they have grown together with,
Exactly.
that they have empowered. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it really doesn't benefit you. I think so.
Exactly. So basically, help each other. Let us help each other. There's this mantra that I like, redeem, raise yourself to help mankind. So don't only think about yourself, but think about how you can equally be able to help mankind. In the same light of helping each other, I really want, in fact, in this our community, we always show love, we always spread love, and I wonder we should spread that love to Olive. So Olive is going
Okay.
to tell us everything that she's about, everything that she's up to, and in fact, I know for sure that we'll go all the way to support her whenever we need her services. By the way, if you see, because you know that I hardly do makeup when I do my YouTube videos, so there are some videos that I don't know where the videos will be before after this one, but anyhow, around it's going to be
They will
around
notice.
this one.
They will
So if you
definitely
see
notice.
me making the videos with makeup, just know that it's only that the makeup. So
Okay.
let her tell us a little bit more about what she's up to.
Okay. So I'm basically an engineer, first of all. So Karen and I are
Before
working.
any other thing.
Yes, we're working on our thesis right now.
So as I finish doing this video, I'm going back to school. Oh,
Yes,
that's how bad it
we're
is.
not going to sit for long hours on our machines and stuff like that. So yes, I'm a civil engineering student and also a data analysis student at the same time, because I'm interested in transport. So data analysis and civil engineering work together very well for that. Okay. Apart from that, side hustle, I would not even call it a side hustle because it's something that I have long-term plans for.
All right.
Yes, yes. I am a makeup artist and a bridal hairstylist. That means that I do all kinds of beauty makeup, not artistic. I just do beauty
Anyone.
makeup. Yes. And I think you can, on all social media, my name is Grow by PT. We'll leave the links so that you can get to me if you're interested. And bridal hair, everything, wigs. I do not sell wigs. I just do wigs, take care of wigs, customize, revamp, install, style. I do all of those. And then sales of good quality makeup products. I always stress good quality makeup.
Emphasis
Yes,
on good
good quality.
quality.
Because to me, poor quality makeup is no makeup at all. Nobody should be wearing makeup if the quality is not good.
Yeah.
So yes, if you're looking for those type of makeup products, I'm your girl. You should hit me up. And apart from that, I am part of a recently launched engineering company. Yes, so I'm a senior partner in a construction company called
Senior
Senior
partner, not
Partner.
junior,
I'm general
senior.
manager actually. Senior
Where,
partner and
baby? We're
general
sorry,
manager.
we're sorry.
Okay. Yes, in a recently launched construction company. So the fact that it is recently launched doesn't mean that it is unexperienced because it is made up
Exactly.
of a
Very
group of
experienced people.
dynamic, yes, certified engineers, architects, topographers. Like we are all there, all of us. You'll be shocked that a single company has this number of people trained to
Wow.
do, yeah, yeah. So it's registered, it's legal, and head office is in Yaounde, BMRC, Carrefour, Cameroonian. So we leave links in case you want to get to those and find out more about your construction project that is safe hands, like totally safe hands. So yes, that is all that I do. Apart from that, it's just makeup training. Yes, I do makeup training. For now, I really don't go into hair training because my program does not really permit. But makeup
Okay.
training, I do that as well. So you can get to me for any of those.
So guys, get to only
Mhm.
for makeup, makeup training, bridal hair, engineering project, all of that. Get to her for it, and she's going
Mhm.
to deliver. She's going to deliver 100%. So thank you, guys. In fact, there's nothing. There's no. I don't have to talk about myself. People
Have
already
you?
know. People already know. There's no need to do another intro. I hope that from all of these points, we have actually been able to pick out things that we're going to apply. Like the main point, the main idea behind this is that let's not just hear it and be like, oh wow, these are very good points, but let's actually apply, because there's nothing that beats taking action. No matter the amount of knowledge that you have, if you don't take action, it's not going to do anything for you. Thank you guys so much for the love, for watching right to this point. In fact, if you actually watch the video right to this point, I want you to comment something in it. I want to know those people that have watched from beginning to the end. So
Yes.
you comment the word. What should we comment?
I don't know. Just at the point of video that was a highlight for you, just comment something you heard at that point.
All right.
Comment something you heard.
Okay, yes, you
Mhm.
can comment that, but I want something to identify the people that have watched right to this point. 2024 is my best year yet. Is that English?
My best year yet. Yes, there's a book like I have a book like that. Someone gifted me a book
Oh,
like that. My
really?
best year yet.
Uh-huh. So 2024 is my best year yet. Comment down below and I will know that you have watched the video right to this point. Thank you so, so, so much. See you.